There you go.
Okay, got it. Um, First off, just giving Jen a shout out. I see my coach Jennifer on here, and this is like her first Power Hour team call. So, yay, I love it. I love that you're on. Um, Real quick announcements before we get started. We have Summit that's like quickly approaching. It is what, April, May, June, 3 months away in San Antonio, Texas. So if you have not gotten your ticket to Summit, it would be awesome for you to get your ticket to Summit to be able to join us. It's actually like I'll be getting there Thursday to Sunday. It starts on Friday. I love that it's like kind of condensed a little bit because I love that, you get so much information. It's almost kind of like the trainings and everything. It was almost like a lot, which I always find so much value in. But the fact that they're condensing a little bit, and we all know summer is busy, we have families, everything, but we can still go and come home and be back and present and work our businesses. So get to Summit. And then also just a reminder that I know for me, like if you've been around and you have seen all of our groups for coaching in Facebook or on Facebook in different groups there, it has moved entirely off of Facebook and is now in the BODi Partners app. So if you do not have that downloaded and you haven't been checking in there, make sure you do because the BODi Basics page alone is just amazing. Brennan Burchard just did a sales training yesterday that was incredible. The replay is there, so definitely check that out as well as the other resources. But okay. All right, so I'm going to drop a Google a let me sorry, I can't speak while I'm trying. I can't multitask and talk at the same time. A Google Doc in the comments so that you have this and you can kind of follow along with it, what we're going to do. I did it that way because then you have it, you can save it, and you can access it whenever you want to be able to, kind of reuse and do this power hour because you're going to do power hours similar to this anytime you sit down and have that chunk of time. So the very first thing that I like to do, and I do this before my first work block each day, is kind of get my mind right. And so we're just going to do real quick, like 5 minutes or less on that. So some of the things to think about are, and you can write it out. This is like a great way to journal. Or if you have, like for me in my planner, I have affirmations written down. I have a place to, write my gratitude. But just a couple of things. Think about, why are you showing up today? If you have your vision written out, or I actually have a vision board as well that I made at the beginning of the year, you can revisit that. Jot down a couple affirmations if you don't have any affirmations. And then just, practice gratitude. Write down a few things that you're thankful for. And especially when it comes to this business and the business blessings that you have had from this business, from this, obviously this health and fitness journey is part of our business. And any of the other business blessings that you have, you can go ahead and write that down. So you can do any of those different activities, but we're just going to take like 3 minutes because we're already over time and go ahead and get your mind right before we begin. Okay. Okay. I always just like to do that really quick, just so you know exactly why you're showing up and you bring the positive energy. Because if you like just stop in the middle of your day and want to get a pocket of work, use a pocket of time to get some work done, like you really have to check your mindset. Because if you're like scattered and not in the right headspace and have negative things going on, like that'll show up in the work that you do. That'll show up in your messages and your posts and all of that. So you got to get your heart and mind right. Okay, number two, the second thing we're going to do, and we're going to spend probably around 15 minutes. My times might be off here because of us getting a little bit of a late start. But we are going to make connections and expand. Okay, so this is very important. Obviously you have people that you are connected to on a day-to-day basis, whether through social media or in person. And yes, we're going to be speaking to those people, and the things that we share on social media and our invites and things are going to go to those people. But we also want to be expanding and growing. And that's the beauty of social media, to be able to have a larger reach when you do that. So you have to make sure that you are doing that often. So some of the ways that I do it, looking at your posts on social media. One thing that I always, always, always do is anytime someone comments on a post, I am always commenting directly to that person. So it's almost like a one-on-one conversation within your post. So making sure that you're doing those individual comments. You're going to the accounts of the people, and you could do this on Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to focus my time on Instagram tonight, but you can do either. But also going to the accounts or friends of people who are liking and commenting on your posts, and make sure you're engaging with them. So like engaging with those and connecting with those people that you already have in your life, right? And making sure, go to their posts, go to their stories, engage with them. Another thing is to go to an account that you love. It might be like an online boutique, or it might be a friend that you really connect with, or a person you really connect with. They're more in your niche. Like when I say niche, I mean like a person that you are speaking to who you want to help. Whether it's that mom, a sports mom, someone growing in their faith. I'm kind of naming some of the things that I relate to. But you want to, look at their posts and their comments, the people that are commenting, the people that are liking on those posts. And those are the people that you can go to their accounts to be able to engage with them, engage on their posts, engage in their stories. Replying to one of their stories is a great way to send a message to someone directly to their inbox. And then adding them as a follower. Following them on Instagram, or adding them as a friend on Facebook. Okay. So I, kind of wrote down a couple things for you if you have that Google Doc open so you can revisit it. But we're going to spend 15 minutes now connecting and expanding. Okay. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat, or even unmute yourself for help. Hi, Casey. I see you just popped on. I added the Google Doc to the chat again for you. We are on number 2 with making connections and expanding. Hi, Chris. I'm dropping the Google Doc in the chat for you. We are on number 2. We're wrapping up making connections and expanding. Okay, we're going to move on to inviting. So we'll move to number 3. The big thing is to know what you're inviting to. Hopefully, I've done a call before about planning out your month, and it's important to go into each week knowing what you're inviting to. And I can't stress enough the importance of like you can totally keep it simple to like a message thread on Facebook or a text thread with people. It doesn't have to be a big group. Like right now, I did at the end of the month, I invited to a what I called the Kitchen Collective. And basically it's women who are just focusing on nutrition. And we literally have a Facebook message and it's awesome. Like it's just us sharing our food, sharing ideas, like just chatting back and forth, supporting one another. Super simple. Okay. So just know what you're inviting to, and then also make sure you have that like deadline of when they need to sign up and when they need to start. That's important. And Brennan Burchard has talked about that in his sales trainings because they, it gives them that sense of urgency. So right now I have a group called the Spring Revival that I've been inviting to. It's a 3-week group that's kicking off on Monday. It's basically March 11th through the 31st. And that's what I'm inviting to. My deadline to sign up is March 10th. So that's what I'm inviting. And I'm not going to go through them just to save time. You can read through them, but I kind of just shared super simple, basic, generic invites that you would have to personalize. Okay. But I wanted to just give you an idea of what an invite might look like. And then you can personalize it for that person that you're sending it to, and you can tweak it to make it sound like you. But those sample invites are on that Google Doc that I shared. And then also I asked for you to put a call to action post up and stories. Hopefully you did. Those are great posts to use. Obviously, people who are liking and commenting on those. But quite frankly, I am inviting anyone who I am interacting with on social media. So whether they are interacting with a post that has nothing to do with health and fitness, I am still, those are people that I'm connected with and I am engaged with. So I will invite those people who are watching my stories, who are liking and commenting on posts. Okay. But you can also use just a post that you shared your shared about a workout you did or shared about a meal, and you can mention it in your, I showed in one of them, I saw that you watched my stories. You could say like, thanks for the support on my post that I made. You could simply reference that, and then invite them to whatever it is that you're inviting to. Okay. And then also I did share a link so you could just get an idea. What I always invite to like ask if they want to learn more about it. So basically, can I give you more details? Can I share some info? And on that Google Doc, I shared like a PDF that I created, something just very easy on Canva that I made as a PDF. So then when they're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll get more information, then I send them the details that way. That way it's super simple and I do not have to word vomit all the details to them in a message. Okay? All right, so let's spend some time inviting. If you have questions, pop them in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself and ask.
Can I unmute and just share how I'm inviting, like what I say for my partner opportunity? So next Thursday night at this same time for our team call is a partner opportunity meeting, which is I'm going to be on explaining about the products, how it works, how we get paid, the community. So basically, I'm going to explain the becoming a BODi partner for your prospects. So you're welcome to invite for that. So when I invite someone to that, if I see someone that's already pretty confident, a friend of mine or someone I meet that's confident on social media, or I tend to do it a lot to teachers. Like I compliment them because a lot of our top leaders are teachers, like Michele. So like teachers or people that are already doing health and fitness, and I see like their gym posts on their feed, I'll just send them a voice text. And it could even be someone that's a complete stranger that I'm just meeting or someone that I know already. I'll just be like, hey, I don't know if this is really for you or not, but this next Thursday, I'm going to explain and show kind of what I do to those that might be interested. And like I said, it might not be for you, but if you're interested to come see what it's about, let me know and I'll send you the link. And I don't know, I think it's that's just kind of my style. And I feel like it's like I'm the kind of personality because I'm trying to attract someone like me, right? I'm kind of the person, if they're like, I don't know if it's for you, I'll be like, what do you mean it might not be for me? Like, let me decide that. So that's kind of my approach when I'm making an invite. And the same with my like Dig Deeper group. April 1st, I'm doing my next 90-day group with Dig Deeper. I'll be like, hey, I know you already are doing a workout program, or I see you're already lifting, and I don't know if this is for you or not, or if this is something you'd even be interested in. But if I showed you some results from our last 90-day, would you take a look at them? From our last 90-day group, would you take a look at them? And I'm just showing them and educating them always. So I just wanted to share kind of my perspective on that too.
Okay, sorry I have to leave. Thank you for this, Michelle. I have to go to the store and make my daughter's cake.
You're
But
welcome.
thank
Thanks
you.
for joining.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we're gonna move to follow-ups. So for my follow-ups, I kind of put them in like two different categories. Whether they, didn't respond, which first of all, if they don't respond, that's totally normal. People check messages and forget, or maybe don't like lack belief in themselves, not sure how to respond, don't really understand the value quite yet for them. There's just so many reasons. It's so normal to not get a response back. So just remember that. But if they didn't respond, I still follow up with them. I don't assume because they didn't respond, that means that they don't want to join, right? So I put a quick little message in that just in here for in the Google Doc, just saying, just wanted to check to see if you got my message after I send them a quick little, hey, happy Friday, like whatever, kind of message. Just wanted to see if you saw my message. And then another category would be someone that you did send information to, and you need to follow up with them to see if they are still interested, or what they thought about the information, if they had questions, that sort of thing. So just again, a super simple message that's just saying, hey, what did you think about the information that I sent over? So two categories like that I put them in. However, some people, you might follow up with them. You might go back and realize like, oh, I already followed up with this person and they didn't respond to like my first follow up. In that case, I would go and engage with them. Go back to connecting and engaging with them. Go check out their stories, check out their posts, engage with them. So often I do that, and then I end up getting a message from them like, "Oh, I like totally forgot to respond. I'm sorry I didn't respond." And I'm all, it's no big deal. I get it. I'm busy too. So, that's a way to deal with if you don't get a response from a follow-up. Okay? All right, so we will spend some time. And if need to spend more time in connections or need to spend more time inviting, feel free to adjust and do that, or move to follow-ups like I am. Okay. Okay, couple options to wrap up. You can continue with either connecting invites or follow-ups, whatever works for you. Or a couple different things that I put on here for the fifth thing to do was, first of all, grab a picture of us working and post about the business in your story. It's important to talk about the work that we do as partners. Okay, so do that. You can also work on a post for tomorrow. Think about something that you're going to put up tomorrow. I know I don't always get to do it, but planning ahead and thinking ahead a little bit about what I'm going to share and post helps me be a little bit more intentional and create something more valuable for my people when I do it that way, rather than just like on the fly. Okay, so those are a couple things to do. So we just have under 10 minutes to go, and you can pick what you want to work on. And if you have questions, unmute yourself. I'm happy to answer.
I have a quick question.
Okay, sure.
Um, for somebody to join your group, are you requiring them to purchase anything? Like, what's the minimum or the maximum or nothing at all?
Yes, for my groups that I run, unless it's specifically a free group, then they have to purchase something. Usually it's a total solution pack. Right now it doesn't even make sense to get just BODi because it's the same price as a total solution pack with the $40 off promo code. So yes, mine are required to make a purchase. Couple thoughts on that. First of all, you shouldn't work for free. Free group adds value and that, serves a purpose, but you have to understand the value that you're bringing and how you're helping. This is a job for us. This is work that we do, a service that we provide. So most services cost something, right? So, think of it that way, to just be able to, value yourself. And then I like to show, you'll see on that Google Doc, I share the info. I like to share different levels of options. That was on actually one of the national wake up calls where they talked about, I think she called them like bronze, silver, gold, where you could offer like the $99 bundle, or, the $219 bundle with the promo code, or something else with some added supplements to a TSP to kind of show different levels. So it doesn't have to be like the 219. You can start them with the 99 bundle, right? With monthly BODi and Shakeology. So that's helpful.
One thing that I do as well, to piggyback off of that. So right now I'm pretty much just running 90-day groups with Dig Deeper. Like my group's in their third month right now. Everybody's doing the same program in that. Everybody got a total solution pack, unlocked Dig Deeper, and got the supplement of their choice. And I was just straightforward in my messaging in my stories. Like, this is a group for people who are not going to make excuses, who are going to follow through, who are really committed to changing their health and fitness. And I just my messaging over and over for a month was like, I'm going all in to help these people get results. So if you're that person, let me know, and we can talk about which option is going to be best for you to get started. But in that process, there were people that came to me that were like, oh, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. Or I'm leaving the country, like all kinds of excuses, right? That wanted to do something, but were leaving the country or whatever. Like during that time, I know of a specific example, just to give you an idea. Chris is one person came to me and they're like, I have 21-day fix DVDs. And they're like, can you help me with that? And I was like, well, if you get a supplement, whether of any kind, it could be energize, recover, Shakeology, some snack bars, then I'll have you in my group. Now, so they didn't go in my dig deeper group, but I added them into my bigger community. But I still made them because they didn't want to pay 179 for BODi. They didn't want to get a total solution pack. They were just being objective to all of that with their excuses about traveling and not being able to do the 90 days. So when they're like, I have DVDs, can I just do that? And I was like, you can just do that. But if you want to be in my group and have me check in with you and do and whatnot, you need to use one of the supplements. And so a lot of them just got on Energize, but I make them do at least something.
I love that because once in a while I have the people that randomly throw out that they have DVDs. I don't even know what they use to. I mean, I don't have a DVD player anymore, so.
We didn't
I,
have
I
an Xbox, we wouldn't be able to play DVDs in our house.
Oh, I guess we could probably do it on our PS4, but I mean, we just stream movies. It's funny when people bring the DVDs up.
yeah, my first program was it looks like a giant encyclopedia with all the insanity DVDs in it. It's about like 4 inches thick.
I had that too. Yep.
Oh, you guys, I grew up with VHSs.
I mean, I had those too. Okay, we have our last minute. Does anyone have any last minute questions or anything?
I don't. I'm just putting the invite in my story.
Good. All right. Well, it was great to spend time with you this evening. Thanks for making the time to show up tonight. And hopefully you'll be able to reuse any of this power hour in the future. You can, and I always, some people don't have an hour to work, right? Sometimes you might have like 20 minutes here or 30 minutes here. So you can even look at some of the actions to take and break it up and do 2 30-minute pockets of time when you specifically know what you're going to do during that time. So, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Scotty, for having me.
Thank you.